So we just finished up the project here in Hummelstown. I want to walk you through some of the techniques that we use to restore this brownstone staircase. So this staircase had a couple of issues. First of all, it had been hit by a car, and this stone was broken and it was completely cracked. Another thing that happened was the railing itself, which is an old wrought iron railing, had expanded. And because it expanded, it blew apart the brownstone steps. The other thing that we were dealing with here was there was a huge crack that was coming down through the stones, and it had split the stone in several places because it was a running crack straight down the wall. So what we did to fix this project, we removed the wrought iron railing. So we took the wrought iron railing out. We sent it away to a specialist at the blacksmith.
You know, when you brought them, they were heavily rusted, multiple layers of paint,
Yeah.
and a lot of scrolls bent and twisted. There's some loose rivet connections because this is all old school, traditional. It's forge welded, riveted together, mortise and tenon. So, I mean, there's no modern welds.
Yeah, and the initial problem and the reason why we brought it here was because this was installed in 1891. It hasn't been removed from the brownstone steps since. But what happened over time was that the posts that come down into the brownstone, they expanded and rusted. And so we're going to try and solve that problem by actually attaching some stainless steel in those areas. And then we're making our repairs to the brownstone. When that's done, then we'll reattach with an epoxy into some core drilled holes into the brownstone. And we also went deeper into the brownstone itself. So it's not just attaching into the patched area, but it's going down into better part of the stone. So we're really excited to see what Dave has done here. Just take a couple close-up shots here of what's been done. He not only cleaned the wrought iron railing and removed all the paint, he reforged and fixed all the scroll work. He also fixed the top cap. Then they put several coats of paint on. They also attached stainless steel in this area here. So instead of having wrought iron, now we have stainless steel that's joined into the wrought iron, and that won't expand and rust. On the job here, then, we cut out our patches and we repaired with litho mix. And so that was a brownstone patching compound. You can see these corners here. One of the other things that we did, which was the major part of the project, was shoring up the entire archway with oak beams and a formwork. And then we had big oak beams coming down into the sidewalk here. We then removed the stone at a time, and we took 7 stones out of the corners here. We took out the corners. We made new stone out of brownstone with the edge detail right there. The edge detail is called a margin, a tooth chisel margin. So this was cut into the stone. So we took these stones out, we made a replacement, we put a new stone right back in. After that was repaired, we repaired each stone, set them in the lime mortar, did the repointing work. We added Helifix helibar in the wall to strengthen the matrix of the wall. We did all of our repairs on the corners. Then down here, we carved a new stone and joined it to the old stone. Instead of casting a new piece out of concrete, we wanted to use brownstone in keeping with the original stone stairway here. So we carved a new stone, put all the tooth marks back in the way it was. And then underneath here, there's actually a stainless steel bracket that's underneath that comes up from down below that holds the 2 stones together, and that'll help to hold it together. But after all that was completed and all of our patches were cured out, we reattached our wrought iron railing, the restored railing, attached it into the wall, and completed the project. Some repointing was done here. Repointing was done along the bottom part of the wall here. There was also helibar that was put in. We also repaired this area here, which was prone to cracking. The cracking itself was happening because of the gutter that was leaking. So we made sure that the gutter system was strong. And this gutter system was installed 15 years ago. It was leaking really badly prior to that. And then my father and I had installed this gutter system, and it's been working well. But we wanted to clean this area up, so we repointed it. We also inserted helibar every 2 feet on the wall. And that helibar will give strength and not allow the wall to crack in that area again. That's pretty much what we did here. We did some stone replacement. We did structural helibar ties, repointing, brownstone restoration with the litho mix. We also did the wrought iron railing and used a really qualified blacksmith to do that work. Put it all back together. We also took out the stones, and that was really the big part of the project. So thanks for watching, and like and subscribe our page. We really appreciate it. Thank you.